Mishra. I work with the fertility expert to help our patients get pregnant. So I am an acupuncturist and Chinese medicine doctor working with health and lifestyle to help improve patient pregnancy and fertility. So Michelle is a patient of mine that came in who was trying to conceive. She was 30 years old and she had tried to conceive for about a year and she had been unsuccessful. So she came to me trying to conceive naturally because she wasn't ready to go down the path of IVF that she had been suggested. So prior to seeing me, she had done 3 rounds of Clomid, which is a fertility drug that helps stimulate ovulation. She had terrible side effects with that, lots of night sweats, and just didn't feel good on it. And she was not successful with that, and her doctor referred her to a reproductive endocrinologist to be checked out, and so to go further and possibly go with IVF. She had done IUI with Clomid, 3 rounds that was unsuccessful, and they recommended her to go through IVF, which, was an option for her if she had to, but that wasn't really where she wanted to go at that time. So she took the chance to say, okay, let's see if we can do this naturally. She didn't respond well to the Clomid, and she was concerned that she wouldn't do well with the medications when she started IVF. So she was trying to see where what she could do naturally to kind of regulate her hormones. In her case, her AMH was very high, which is also a symptom of PCOS. And so, we really had to work on egg quality and making sure we were building that as well and getting her in a good place. Her hormones weren't regulated. So in her case, she had cycles that were 30 to 35 days long. She was having bleeding from 10 to 14 days, including spotting. She had very severe cramps with her cycle, very heavy on the first day. And it just wasn't a good, healthy period. Ideally, we want your cycle to be regular, coming consistently, and no spotting ahead of time on the front end or the back end. And we want to make sure there's 4 or 5 days of bleeding, really good, healthy bleeding, and we don't want pain with your cycles either, ideally. So we helped diagnose Michelle with her using the Fertility Wheel. So what the Fertility Wheel is, a tool that we use to help kind of look at our patients and what they have going on. There's 12 different parts of the wheel. We will include that in the video here, but you can see there's different factors we include that we look at: your diet, your lifestyle. There's things like inflammation, toxicity in the body, mind-body connection, exercise. All these things we look at, and we kind of score our patients on a scale of 1 to 5 to see which areas they need a little bit more help with. And so this is an easy exercise that you can do at home, looking at the wheel and kind of assessing your fertility and seeing, where you fall in this, in the range. Her diet wasn't the greatest. So this patient, she ended up, when she'd seen the reproductive endocrinologist, was diagnosed with PCOS. So this was the reason why she was having irregular cycles. She wasn't really quite sure when her ovulation was happening. And so diet was a really key, important thing for her, really making sure we're regulating her insulin levels. We really wanted to make sure that her toxicity levels weren't too high, so we really worked on helping clear some of those things out, helping her with exercise. Although she had PCOS, she didn't typically needed to exercise a little bit just to kind of help support her hormones, and really just working on mind and body regulation. What we did with her for PCOS, we did what we call a fertility reset detox. So this is where we have our patients go on a specific diet, really watching the things that they're eating and drinking, and adding some supplements in. What we really want to do is help clear out toxins and regulate her insulin levels and her blood sugar to help balance out her hormones. She had finished the detox, and within that first cycle, her cycle actually was 31 days. She didn't have severe pain with her cycle. Her bleeding was much lighter on that first day, and she still had some spotting, but it was quite a bit less. It was only a few days prior to her cycle, so she had quite a bit of a change actually within that first month. She had continued to see me for the next few months. Her second cycle after that was 28 days, which was fantastic. This was the first time she'd had a 28-day cycle since being on birth control, and she was on birth control for 10 years to regulate her cycle and to help with managing her menstrual cramps. And so this was a really big deal for her to have a really regulated 28-day cycle. A lot of us have been put on birth control since we were younger to regulate our cycles. It can definitely throw off the balance of what your hormones are doing. I do have a lot of patients that have been on birth control for quite some time, and coming off of it, their cycles aren't always regular, or they've just, the hormonal imbalances that are caused by that can throw off everything. And so I do like doing a detox sometimes to help clear out everything from your body and really just kind of resetting and jump-starting your body to kind of learn how to regulate on its own. And then the exciting thing is the following cycle that she came in, she had a positive pregnancy test. So she had regulated her hormones, through diet, lifestyle, exercise, acupuncture, doing recommendations that we had given her with the Fertility Reset Detox, and really, followed everything that we had instructed her to do. And she had a positive outcome within just a few months. So my recommendation for somebody who's been trying to conceive, their cycles aren't regular, or they just haven't had success and they're not, understanding why they're not being successful with this, is really to consult an expert to take a look at your hormones, make sure your cycles are good and healthy, you're not having severe pain with them, they're happening on a regular basis, there's not excess bleeding or it's not too light of a cycle, and really taking a further look at what's going on with your hormones and just making sure that there's not some sort of hormonal imbalance there that needs to be regulated. So if you'd like any further information on how we can help you, reach out to us. We're going to post some links below, and you can reach out to us if you need help. And if you want some further information on what your hormones are looking like, and we would love to take a look. We'd love to help you out. Just reach out. Thanks. Bye.
Click on the little I icon to get the best free guides and resources to empower your fertility that I only share with my community. You'll get an email a week with all my new tips.